Sometimes I ask myself, which way does Nori's hair fall? I don't know. I always draw it a different direction, and I think that the reason that I don't know is because my hair is constantly changing directions. Anyway, what's up, folks? I'm Odd, by the way. So today we're going to be playing around on the Sketch Daily website. There we go. Quite the image to really wind up in. So the idea is basically, for this challenge, is that I'm going to pick a couple of poses from this reference pool, and I'm basically going to be trying to draw them in a more and more exaggerated way until they are incomprehensible, until they break. Is this a drawing exercise that I have been putting off, that I am just making myself do by filming? Yes it is. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I don't see why that's a problem, because it's also fun. You know, this reminds me of my first couple of ideas for videos, which included the figure drawing game, which is something you should not look up because it is my very first video and it's not good, which I should probably get back to, honestly. So the idea being that we take a pose like this. This is a good pose. And we basically move it around until it is exaggerated enough that it would not be physically possible. And the reason that this is a pretty good idea overall to do with your drawing is that if you want to stylize something in any way, then, I forgot to shut my door. Where was I? Yes. If you wanted to start stylizing something in any way, especially when it comes to things like comics and animations, it's best to exaggerate poses so that it looks like there's more movement. Obviously, our bodies have muscles that are stiff and bones and stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, like, that can't be simplified unless you're going really realistic. It'll be much easier for you to understand, like the viewer, you as in the viewer, to understand what's going on, at least in theory. So I am not particularly good at choosing poses, and I think that this is part of the reason, is that I need to build up this. So I'm going to take this first pose here and pop it into CSP. And yes, we have our lady here. And usually first things first when I'm doing studies like this, I will just basically try and get it tit for tat. Oh my gosh, where is my... I did not prepare myself today. Pen. Oh, it's just rolling to recording. Everything's ready. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. Lady doing yoga. Flying pose. I've done a couple of poses. Not these. Definitely not these. I was gonna say, I've done some yoga in the past. And, like, I'm getting there. But, handstands? Definitely not. Definitely not yet. I don't have the upper body strength for that quite yet. But I'm working on it. I really am. And we just go in. And I'm gonna try and sketch out this lady relatively quickly. You can see, like, just using regular shapes and, like, getting that line, which looks like it bends even further, for her leg to go out like that. Probably crop the photo reference. It doesn't need to be that big. I know they're showing the silhouette of the city in the background, and it's very pretty, but that's not my goal here. Okay. Move you back up. And I think drawing it like this already kind of exaggerates it in your mind, because you're not necessarily going one for one here. She got big booty though. She's got that yoga butt. And you're just trying to define the basic shapes here on this first pass. And it's nice because I don't have a time limit, but being entertaining is my time limit, because if I start getting over a certain amount here, look good. really just this butt cheek that you see more so than this one. Yes, I'm marking it by that. Butt cheek placement is very important, okay? This leg goes a bit straighter because she's a professional. Kind of like does that shape. Her shoulders kind of come up around here. Her arms kind of run down here. I'm going to try and not lean toward my canvas because I can see everything that I need to see. I don't need to shrimp. And you can't really see her neck from the position that she's in, so we don't really need to worry about that. I'm just really gonna barely get the face out because it's not really why we're here, right? You can see the bottom part of her neck pretty prominently. She doesn't have much of a chin or a jawline there, prominent at least. Her hair kind of squishes near the back. That looks good. I think that that's a good, like, I got the negative space here. That's our initial pose, right? This is what we're working with now. But make this smaller. Set that there. We're gonna go in again. This time taking all of these shapes. And God, I feel like even for this one, I need to like arch her back even more. Like that. Just looking at it now. She's got a little fold right there. So yes, already she's in a pretty contorted pose overall, as we can see. So this is going to be an interesting one to wash and stretch out a little bit more. Take that. And let's just further extend this C curve of her back. Start with the head here. And just even more. I might be breaking it already, or making it better, who knows. This is her in 2 years. Able to fully break the laws of physics with her back. That doesn't look good. Okay. Try this again. Head. Head. So that shape. You take it further. Even further. That. And then that. Just trying to get the flowiness in here. Trying not to get too meticulous about my placement of everything. And just be loosey-goosey. See, I want to go for something even more flowy here. Like sa. Like that. Kinda. And just really, really stretch it out. Like that. Like that. A little bit. Just kind of rounder face than that. Worry too much about the details. Here for the pose. Mostly talking to myself here. Shrimp. Okay. Let's sit back further in my chair. Get comfy. Okay, so we take you. And look at what you look like from here. And I'm going to define some of these lines even more. Oh my gosh. So, as nice as that is, I want to get it different kind of shape for the booty. You know, that is a very prominent part of this. That's not my saying, that's just the truth. She's got very strong legs. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go silent again. Oh, okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? Right now? For some reason, I'm drawing her face, even though it's not why we're here. Okay. So that is even more. Extended, flowy kind of version, right? I'm trying to think of how I could get this even further. I guess just bending her back further over her head, which, like, even in this version, her arms do need to be longer. Sorta. Like that. Definitely looks like a cartoonist's interpretation of somebody doing something particularly flexible. Okay. Move you up here with your slightly more realistic sister. Honestly, maybe I should have looked up more about this before I did it. I just kind of got the idea and then just really went for it. So I think like maybe her chest kind of comes out a bit more this way, and then we just like from here, and then just even more, yeah, like that. A little bit more. that. Jeez Louise, that looks painful. Even flowier. This leg goes up further. Like that. Looks like backwards. Her butt's nearly touching her head, you know. Yoga stuff. This baby might not have been the best first pose to choose. It's very dynamic though, so I think it kind of gets the point across. Emphasizing shapes. Emphasizing shapes. Emphasizing shapes. If I repeat something, is it content? If I just say something over and over again, does that count as entertaining? Oh my gosh. Whew. Just need to remember where my posture is at too. I'm trying my best to be more physically healthy in that regard, okay? I know it's probably not fun to watch me lean all the way over. I'm even taking the head and sort of like, like she's looking out, right? Because you're supposed to look kind of like slightly cast down, like there. And so how about we just keep going? When did it get green? When did you turn green? Okay. Her body's looking a little horror filmy here. Oh my gosh. It looks so weird. I think that this is getting pretty close to broken. Woo! Beside the head is fine. I mean, not sure what else I could do with the head. I mean, it still doesn't, like, beside her body, like, down here, doesn't look too bad. Maybe I just need to shorten the length of her torso, so that her butt is actually touching her head. Now, that'll be the next one. I want to make sure that this thigh isn't, like, being lost, but I don't, you know. It's okay, it's part of the process, these shoulders. Too big. Too big. Too big shoulders. Not too big shoulders, too much big. Oh gosh. Okay. Like ça? Maybe? It's getting a little less comprehensible. That's for sure. I just can't tell if it's because I'm taking less time, or if it's because this is slowly breaking. And then like that. Okay. That looks good. That looks decent. Like it's not fully broken yet, I don't think. This seems like it could be doable-ish. Not by a regular person. Maybe by a centipede. Her arms are so short again. I'm so focused on the legs. That's quite messy. It's okay. I'm gonna take all three of these girls and shrink them. I might just do the one because I'm running close to 30 minutes here. Jeez. Okay. Let me sit down. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Nah. When I went to a figure drawing class, which I also do recommend, you get used to people. They're going to be nude. You get used to it. I promise. It's not your major concern. Nobody really cares. Trust me, it's shocking, especially if you get a male model and you're not used to seeing that kind of thing. It's a little shocking the first time, but you kind of just avoid it. I got more stressed out by a woman model that I'd seen before. Like, I've seen this woman naked, and there was just this day when, like, the substitute teacher that we had was late, and there was nobody there to unlock the changing room, which, you know, the models don't want to just strip in front of us, so we just opted instead to have her... we go that far? Jeez. We just opted instead to have her do the first couple of warm-up poses clothed. And, yeah, she did it, and I noticed that she was wearing a thong. And my initial reaction was, oh, I shouldn't be looking at that. And I looked at myself for a second internally, and I was like, why? I've seen this woman naked. Seeing her thong right up on her hip should not be the thing that makes me go, oh, pardon me. Like, I guess it was just something that I wasn't supposed to necessarily see in, like, a clothed context. So yeah, if anything, I guess you're more likely to be freaked out by the clothes. Oh yeah. Very stretchy. Very stretchy. Stretchy, stretchy, stretchy. And you see I always draw them so close to the bottom here. I'm gonna bring this foot up. Like, I'm gonna do one more. Let's see if I can get this to look as weird as humanly possible. Which is difficult because I'm sitting here trying not to, but... Nope. Make these even smaller, so I have more room. Make you smaller, so I have more room. Doing this all on one layer wasn't a good idea, but here we are. Let's add some more kind of shapiness to the arms. I guess from here you're just kind of simplifying shapes until they stop looking like shapes. Until you're getting something really, really abstract. More. They all look a little weird because I forgot to keep the aspect ratio the same. 1 second, let's stretch these girls back. Really, just sorta. I really want to keep that gap. Because I feel like that negative space is important. God, my brain is getting so turned upside down by this pose. Hold on, which way is your foot going? Oh. Oh my gosh. Just sort of carry that down here. Simplifying shapes. Simplifying shapes. More and more and more. It's gonna look like a ribbon by the end of this. Yeah, I might move to a new layer because this is getting a little absurd. We'll come back. We'll come back and look at them all later. Head. What? Oh my gosh. I'm silent again. Okay. Just trying to get these sketched out very quickly now. I can always cut it down. Not in too much of a hurry. I just like making sure that this is relatively coherent for you guys if I do something like this. There we go, that looks even more flowy. Like that. Move you up here. At this point, basically just gesture drawing until it looks like mush. Let's see if I can make this like the last one here. And the legs sorta. Ooh. At this point, I don't know if I'm changing the pose or just getting more and more gestury with it. I guess either way is fine. See, that one looked much more fluid. Kind of like an Olympics medal. They go for that weird abstract body shape. Kinda. Maybe. Is that what I'm thinking of? I don't know. You kind of get what I mean though, right? We're just like, oh yeah, I could see how that could be a body shape. I think this pose may have been very thoroughly posed out. I'll try one more. Go a bit block here. I think the only way you could tell that it's a person is because it's got a head. You don't really know how to exaggerate a head in that regard. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I think that with the with the loopiness that the legs have taken on, it's a lovely abstract image, but it's definitely a little broken. That is spaghetti. That's not a lady, that's spaghetti. Okay, let's take a look back through these here. So we started out all the way up here, relatively normal looking, getting a little wonky. That might also be because of the transformation that I accidentally applied to it. Getting a little bit less comprehensible, still pretty much a lady. Some sort of silhouette of a lady. Getting even more abstract in its form, but you can tell that it's still like a person doing a pose. Getting even more wiggly, even more, kind of a bit more like a abstract trophy of some sort, and then some ribbon spaghetti with a head. So I think that was a pretty successful experiment regarding this particular pose. I just chose the one because, like, I'm running pretty long now, actually. I didn't realize how long I'd be playing with this. So I think that I'm going to end this here. Let me know if you want me to do any more stuff like this. I think that it's actually pretty fun. It's a nice warm-up, although it took me like 45 minutes. Jeez. I guess it's a nice like art lesson for myself personally, and trying to figure out how shapes move and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know if you enjoy videos like this. Maybe I could bring back like the figure drawing game or something like that, which was where I would try to do this type of stuff in like 5 minutes. I'll usually with clothed characters as well. And regardless, beside that, if you like this video, make sure to give it a like. You can subscribe. I do a bunch of other sort of fun art challengey videos and speed paints here and there. So if you wanted to support and help me get to my goal, which is currently 50, that'd be great. At that, I think I'm going to leave you here with Spaghetti Lady, and I will see y'all next time.